Yani unfortunately, our mindset is made to the doctor today, and now we see each other only of how much we own. And what we own is not what we own. Which means, I own this one, maybe you have, I have a new model, you don't have a new model. This is what we look at each other. But maybe you are much better than me in having all the other assets except the last one.
Yeah, exactly.
But because we are always evaluating things like this, we are missing lots of opportunities. Again, it's all about opportunity. Yeah. So.
It's all about opportunity, yeah. How to maximize them. Yeah. Good. So this is so important. Mindset, different mindsets. Yeah.
But this is very important for them to understand that we need to go faster, I know.
Yeah.
But you know that this is where we say, if you start to see these things clearly in your life, you're going to bring much better projects than those who will depend only on someone who will give them money or get a loan from a bank. Okay? So you can, your capacity will be much better compared to the others who will look for someone else to supply them with the, with the financial wealth.
Exactly.
Another example about the good social capital. For instance, in a new area, if you don't have the insurance or a chemical mutuelle de santé,
Yeah.
they can contribute in order to buy it for you, in order to go to the hospital, in order to take care of your life.
Yeah. This is a very strong social capital training.
I can say another thing is that
First of all, we welcome someone. Oh, you were there?
I was there.
Okay, thank you. So, yeah.
yes, what I want to say about social capital is I want to talk about this. I don't know how can you say in English this kind of webinar. This one.
It's called
Self-help.
self-help groups.
Okay.
Self-help groups.
This self-help group, I may have a problem of 1 million maybe. And we go in this community of self-help, and they give it to me, and it helped me. I think that is social.
Very strong.
Like same as cooperatives and cells, we call them also.
Exactly.
Certain countries they call them cells, they call them self-help group or cooperatives. Co-ops in general.
Co-ops, yeah. Very good. So this is a kind of reference that you can use, yeah. For instance, if you go online, you can find this nice article, Redesigning the Economic Discovery of Wealth, yeah. It is published by Dr. Lady, yeah. But when you have time, you can go on it and try to dive into this academic publication. It can help you the discovery of wealth. Yeah. Yeah. So, and this is of course still a kind of building mindset. Yeah. The first mindset you have to develop is curiosity mindset. When you are not curious about things, you cannot explore it. Yeah. And you have always to be curious. What is happening in Nyamirambo? Well, they say there are some potatoes, fried potatoes. So how can I bring potatoes there then from the rural area? That's curiosity. You have started by visiting the area, what they need. They like tea. How can I sell tea there from another place? And that is how you can create curiosity and associative mindset, not disintegrative mindset. Yeah, always having a need to come to something. Most of you here who came here is because of your associative mindset, right? So when you have associative mindset, you can join others, you can join institutions, you can talk to people, you can, you have a different opportunity, exploration of different opportunities. I will need to read this article myself too. It's very interesting. Yeah. When we talk about financial wealth, today I will not talk much about financial wealth.
same, they are experts in that.
Yeah, to be sincere. But let's focus on non-financial. Right? Yeah. So it's a non-monetary asset, of course. Yeah. And quality of life. Yeah. Education. We talked about this. Heritage, leisure. Yeah. Well-being. And now in Rwanda we started to invest now in leisure. Yeah.
And
Leisure. Yeah. Before
leisure.
yes. Before Kigali didn't have a place where you can make leisure apart from dancing place. Now there are some parks you can jog, you can do something, and there are still ongoing program to make people having leisure and happiness, because you know that when you are happy also it is a capital. Do you know that? How is it a capital to be happy?
Yeah, even it creates free zones.
Yes, Dr. Foot.
They car free zones.
Yes, that's an example of what I was talking
Yeah.
about. But the intention, what is the intention behind? How do we, where is the community engineering? Yeah. We have been having, of course, many people working with the people here. Yeah. Why is that, Emmanuel? Yeah. Emmanuel, yes.
It has many advantages.
Yes.
For instance, Car-Free Day can use it for taking care of people.
Yes.
And when you participate in the Car-Free Day, sometimes they make health screening.
Yes.
When you are sick, you get information that you have to go to hospital.
Yes.
They teach you, they make awareness, health awareness.
Yes.
So it's not one thing you do, it's not go and pray or joke that you get
other opportunities behind that. Yeah. Those are kind of things that, yeah, you know, even if you take, for instance, an example of where people who go to the street together jogging, that is very important. First of all, they become friends. Secondly, they start to call each other, support each other. Third, they can, if there is a job opportunity, they call you. Oh, there is a job here. Come on, guy. There is a job here. That is an opportunity coming from the leisure. And when you have leisure, you decrease stress.
Yes.
And the current world, the globalizing world, increases stress. Too much job, too much work, too much expenditure. It creates stress. So people need to relax, especially to be integral person. Yeah. So there is intellectual wealth. We have talked about that. Culture, researchers, social wealth. Yeah, and in Rwanda, we have the case of Gacaca, for instance. How Gacaca built, for instance, non-financial opportunities or wealth in Rwanda. How? Yeah? How? Dr.
Yes, it brought a high capital, if I can say that, for the community of Rwanda and the international community.
Exactly.
In the sense that, you know, if you remember, we were having, I don't know how many thousands of prisoners, you know, genocide
yes.
suspects.
Thousands and thousands.
Yes, many.
And the family had to carry food for them.
Yes.
Yes.
And the whole
Those are
community was affected by that phenomenon.
Exactly.
And the court, the normal court, could not really, you know, go through all those cases. I don't know, it would take maybe a whole century.
Yeah.
But Gacaca did that job in a short time,
Yeah.
very effectively. Really.
And it had been
In the way that it brought really the, if I can say, the reconciliation quickly, because we were able to know the truth
yes.
in a short time, and people could, you know easily who was
Yes, yes.
So I don't know how you can characterize that in terms of money.
Yeah, decreasing expenditure to visit.
There is direct capitalizing. People all over the world having conflicts, fight with each other because they don't know how to do catch-up, as you said. So I mean, bringing people to your country just to witness this in reality, in real life, itself is it still going on, by the way?
No.
Yes,
so,
in another way in the community, because it was there even before the genocide. The way we used to deal with conflict in the families, in the neighbors. Yeah, even now we use abunzi. Yeah, the mediators. And they are like volunteering.
But different approach and different.
Yeah, in different approach.
The mandate of Gachacha was over.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, still okay. This one, the other one that used mediator was called
Abunzi.
Amunzi.
Abunzi is
Still available.
Yeah, they can solve
Yeah, see
program
now,
up to 2 million cases. Rwanda money, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
They are allowed to solve the cases, local cases.
Okay.
For instance, if we take the case, of course not penal or criminal activities, but social activities.
I mean, this one Amunzi, and we were talking about Amunzi, right? We were talking about that you have high divorce rates, right?
Yeah.
And this divorce, I think it goes to courts, right?
Yeah, because it is
But
for the courts.
I mean, to prevent the divorce rate to be high, one of this is that you can use the Amunzi. Amunzi is already a direct.
That could be another.
I mean, this is the way we reduce in Bahrain.
Oh, really?
Mediators, of course. You are not allowed to go to the court in Bahrain unless you go through mediators. And the mediators, if they cannot solve it within 6 months, then they might go to the court. And usually, most of the cases solve within 6 months because the man that or the woman at that time, the mood will be changing over time, and they will be going even to honeymoon instead of going to the court and spending money in the court. They go usually to honeymoon.
Yeah.
That's what. Because people change, over time. Just give them time. And now.
Is that institutionalized?
No, and now, not institutionalized. The government encourage that there is private offices now, not only government offices. So if you don't want to go for you are a VIB or you don't want to, to go to the normal public one, you go to, and they are all accredited by the government.
Okay.
They have to be trained, these people.
And they are voted by the community. And
they trained by the government,
okay.
and they have offices all over the. So the divorce rate is reduced a lot.
Okay.
Something you have it already in your system.
Okay.
But it's done.
Huh?
It's done because the main purpose of
Yeah.
is to reduce the court cases. It's done even.
But for sure they are not good in divorce.
Yes.
There's something that is
So yeah. So I mean,
lacking.
see, this is what we said about what recapitalizing on this. And you have already the technique. The only thing now we need to train them more in this area, so they can because this costs the country a lot of money.
Yeah, sure.
If we have in economics, in our economy, not in capital-based economy. We are capital-based. We have something called human factor. If I am not happy, regardless, I show that I'm working in front of you on the computer, but I'll be thinking about the home, about my children, or about my wife, or when I go home today, I will fight with her again. So it affects my productivity so much. You might produce for me this bottle of water, but not at the same quality.
Yes.
This is very dangerous. Yeah. So unfortunately, this is something that is not noticed a lot in the economy.
Yeah, and it is, we can do research on that, the
Yeah, of
effect
course.
of divorce.
Many research ideas I'm writing for you.
Okay. Okay. That's good. So the other thing is Bunzi, Namayu, Muhikirano, Itorero, Ngerero. Those are the framework that has been used, and then Yiringa. Giringa was a presidential initiative by His Excellency Paul Kagame on giving 1 cow per family. If we didn't do so, I think the cost of milk now could be high. But it is relatively low because the increase of cows. I was encouraging my leader to give a cow also to the poor people. At least one.
We are giving more than cows, brother. What we are doing is thousands of cows.
But you have to participate in giving out. We can do that if we got the rules too.
Inshallah. Why not? No problem.
Yeah. So what is the purpose of this dialogue is that we share ideas and we learn each other from each other. And okay, this you have been talking about this, yeah? And yes, these are all things we debated on that, yeah? I think Rwanda cultural heritage is good and we are capitalizing on this, of course, in many ways. This spring, whatever, you see how many, for instance, trust the Rwandan recovery system after genocide, yeah? That is drawing from resilience, cultural resilience. For instance, a culture of not disrespecting elders. Yeah, you can capitalize on that. Yeah, that's a cultural heritage. Yeah, there are also other cultural heritage that we don't capitalize on much. For instance, dancing, traditional dancing. Yeah, you can make it a touristic cases. Yeah, dancing, traditional medicine of Rwanda, and so on and so forth.
I want to hear you jump very quickly because we are late, I know, but not necessarily that we cover. We can continue on the dialogue.
Yeah.
This is a very important subject.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to say that Rwanda is good in capitalizing in your natural capital, which is what? The Musanzi, the gorilla, like these things, right? But this doesn't bring a lot of money.
Yeah.
It doesn't change the country economy per se, only from this. What you have is much more than this, which is your cultural capital. So huge. Whatever you mentioned about the Muganda and others, you have so much things that is not available, or it is available, but it will not well designed for others to present. And I'll just give you an example. I've gone to Ghana, and Ghana, what they did, Ghana, they know that one of the places that, the African Americans was kidnapped or moved from Africa to America is from Ghana. Also from Zanzibar, I think from your country, I do not know the history. But they capitalized. They found out, okay, now there will be 400 years, I think, since slavery started in America to take them to. So much business is made around that. Tourism, companies just specializing in bringing youth from America, which is now, by the way, the African American, they became the middle class and upper middle class. Yes. They were poor, before 20 years, 30 years, right? Now they became the ones who are most educated and so on. Even more than the white Americans, okay? And they are bringing these children, they sit for a summer camp in that area, and they let them even see how is Africa is, how the slavery was started. Okay? And they are making a lot of money from that. Okay? Just giving them the story, the history, letting them, walk the way where the slaves were taken in certain areas. Yeah. I think even some of them is just made. It's not a true story. But I'm saying this is something of what? It's an asset for those who have, is giving to have not, and same thing. Yeah. Because what we are talking about is this transition between have and have not. Okay? Those who play, the African Americans now, they are now mostly spoiled children. I mean, their children, they always have, this one, they always tuk-tuk and so on. They never walk barefooted. And I've seen that when I visited there. Now they are coming and their parents are telling them, so you have to be barefooted now, walk like the people, the slaves walked, okay? So that you remember how your grandparents suffered, okay? They are making business out of that.
Yes.
So this is what I'm saying. We have a lot of things that you can capitalize on in that area.
That's true. Yeah. Thank you very much. That's very important things. Yeah. Yes. Yes, exactly. Yeah. But I don't think you can capitalize on that. There are things that you can capitalize on and not capitalize on. Yeah. Okay, so these are things we have to look at. Some initiative, for instance, decreasing the level of children who have diseases, for instance, the level of malaria. For instance, Rwanda tried to combat malaria based on especially local health initiatives. How do we call them? Those are health advisors at local level. They are equipped to treat malaria at the local level. Because malaria was the first killer disease in Rwanda. So what the community did is to establish one person at for instance, for 10 houses or 12 houses, so that he can help quickly the people. We have a lot of problems with student children now, and we can make a lot of opportunities if not limited to even association or NGOs who can help different issues in our community. So that is things we talk about, and we were talking about women empowerment recently. Yeah, and building resilience, and that is what also we want to capitalize on as an institution. How do we build resilience? Anybody knows?
No, we capitalize on resilience. Rwanda is a good example of resilience, you know, post-genocide and so on.
Yes.
This is something that you are unique.
Yes. Yeah. Good. Yeah. So I think we have reached our end. Yeah. So that I give you at least each one a few minutes, maybe one, to say something on what he learned from this dialogue and what he can contribute before each one. I will be starting by Belis. Just a second. Yeah. What did you get from this dialogue?
Okay, so for me, ideally what I got from the dialogue, it's about how the emphasis you have put on the social capital, where people exchanged ideas from different backgrounds. And so for me, I've seen it. I didn't know it was that important in the Rwandan community. But yeah, with the emphasis you have put, at least I've gained something.
Exactly.
More engagements must be needed from my end.
And as a person who lived in Kenya, how do you compare social capital in Kenya and in Rwanda?
Okay, in Rwanda, I don't know much about Rwanda really, but yeah, with CS at least I'm learning. So, the social capital in Rwanda is much and it's more lively than Kenya. Yeah. You know, Kenya, they live, I was raised in a city like where everyone, you just have your own house, your address, and that's it. You don't know what's the name of your neighbor. But my mom, since she's Rwandese, I saw some social capital from her end. Like socializing and knowing that maybe there's a Rwandese in the next plot. So, but ideally Kenyans, they just live like, I don't know, they don't even care about your neighbor.
Have you benefited ever the social networking of your mom? Have you benefited ever?
Yeah.
Which benefit did you get from
So the benefits you got, for instance, I was able to get certain scholarships at my secondary. yeah, because of my mom's social
Network.
networking.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, so he knew there's a Rwandese somewhere or a Burundian and they are offering a scholarship somewhere. So
Okay.
yeah, I did benefit as a
Yes.
result. Yeah.
This is the example I wanted. Yeah. The next.
Yeah, what
Thank
I
you,
get
Grace.
is, what I got from this dialogue is that we are surrounded by wealth.
Yeah.
Even me myself,
Oh yes.
I'm a wealth. But what we need to do is to know how to utilize it.
Yeah.
So
Meaning
you might be rich, but you don't know.
Yeah.
Most of you may be richer than me, but you don't know. You think that I'm the richest
yes,
person sitting here. Yes.
meaning that you have to make an emphasis on innovation and creativities, using the available resources that we
Yes.
have. Thank you.
That's true. Thank you. The next person, please.
I've realized that all those capitals are important, but the two previous, I mean, human and social capital are the most important among others. But still, with that social capitalization, we can develop different projects that can generate income to ourselves and to our community. But still, we need to invest more in human capital so that it becomes a reality. More especially in education, like improving in health also, and in social welfare.
Thank you very much. Chance, then how can you capitalize any capital you have seen here apart from finance? Yes.
It's about the quality of human capital is a key in public-private partnership of the country. So what I see is we have to try to maybe to advise even the country to invest more in the human capital.
Yeah, that's
In order
it.
to strengthen the PPP.
Yeah, exactly. How, for instance, if we talk about the private-public partnership, how can you improve project if you don't have skilled labor, as we were talking about? Yeah, we always need people from abroad, and then expensive. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, if you can capitalize it also. I always tell people in leadership, why don't, if you want to fast track development, why don't you bring foreigners here? Sometimes I tell them, you can capitalize also matters. Yeah.
In terms of providing the scholarship to students to study abroad, maybe you can accept to pay those professors.
Yes,
abroad.
to come.
They can come and invest in your...
If you have a university which has already 20 years without doing vaccination of tuberculosis, for instance, or cannot provide medicine for headache, which kind of university is that? So, so we have to look at the quality expenditure and so on. You can also capitalize on foreigners sometimes, skills sometimes, and also engineering some exchange. They do that. Chinese used to be culturally closed. And then they say we cannot develop without capitalizing openness. It's a very good example. If you would go to China with a Bible, as for Dr. Fortuny was talking about Christian culture, of helping each other, which is good. And if you go with a Bible in China, they could kill you. They say, we have got a stranger here, they kill you. But within time, they say, we can capitalize on living with others peacefully. That's how Chinese are rich now. They can now manage to live with other people who are not similar to them, with race or with color, because they have capitalized openness of culture. Yes. And next?
So I got in this dialogue that we have many opportunities around us, which are not valorized.
Yeah.
Second, it's very important to invest in people.
Yes.
Because at the end, people help you to gain more things, but sometimes you look at tangible things, whereas it can be limited somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Next.
What I've got from this dialogue, first, when we are talking about the human capital, that is what was coming, I think, in our minds than any other type of capital.
Yeah.
And we have realized that you can't have human capital without having other types of capital around it.
Yes.
Maybe those ones can be developed and the human capital can also come in, but they are also a priority.
Yeah.
Another,
You mean the grounding, looking for the space of other capital,
yeah,
even before human being.
yeah.
That's a very good argumentation of Matthew's argument. Can we have children before wealth, or wealth after children, or children after wealth? Yeah. That's a very nice other topic we can talk about. Yeah.
Then another point is about the cultural capitalization. I found that we are still having a very big gap. Maybe we don't understand that it is also an opportunity that we have around us. And indeed, I think that is a very big problem that we are still having in the Ministry of concerned with culture. Because when you look at the people who are flowing in to look at the innovations or the best practices that we have, they are always looking at the same things. They go to the memorial site, they go to the tourism destinations, the media and what, and we are having other things that can be visited but they are not known.
Yeah. For instance, what Dr. Buhej was talking about, the people can be interested to live in a local village. We've got around them with
They see the cooperation.
I remember the first day I moved outside. That time was the first country I visited when I was going outside the country, Rwanda, was China. We visited Inner Mongolia. Inner Mongolia, just to live in a tent with people. How can you see people living in a tent? Having sheep, sheep around them, and trying to eat mutton. That's the first time. Because in Rwanda, mutton was neglected somehow by culture because of various different values.
And even up to now, they don't see it as a type of meat that can be taken.
Yes, in Rwanda. Yeah. But we can take a person and you can visit how Ruwawa is made, traditional beer of Rwanda. Even if he cannot drink, but see how it is made. Through banana. That's another kind of tourism. Why not? The next one, so that we don't delay.
I'd like to know that we are surrounded by different and many ones that we have to capitalize through this session.
Yeah.
But also, I have got that I'm much interested in this social capital. But I get a kind of challenge. I don't know if it is a challenge for me only. We know Gachacha did a lot and much and even great job. But I don't know if it is the mandate which have finished. It has stopped.
Yeah, the mandate is over.
But it is very good to unify people.
Yeah.
There are people who are unifying people around in the community.
Yeah.
But I'm asking myself, why there is no private institutions which are working on